Hey everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at our solar value analysis tool. To get to this, you click on customer. Let's open up a customer. Okay. I'm going to select one from the list. Right. Under action, there's an option called SVA. When you click that, it pulls up a calculator. In here you can put your cost per watt. At the end of the video, I'll show you how you can set up your own values for these. I go here, put the number of panels, 30 panels at 290 panels. It's 8,700 watts. This is for roof, this is for ground. It says it over here. It calculates the total watt cost. This is the amount of hours a day of sun you get. Again, this is configurable, or you can change it on the fly. We have 80% performance. Site assessment, here you can go and you can put, for example, if I put 5 of those panels on a western facing roof, it reduces the performance of the system a little bit. On the top right, we can put our utility information. This is the average utility cost per kilowatt hour, and then this is how much usage they have per month. And what we're doing here is we're figuring out that right now their system that they're going to put in here is going to offset 53% of the electric bill. Okay. Down here, I take that average cost per watt and multiply it by the number of watts, and it comes up with the system cost. Depending on your state, you might have sales tax or not. Again, you could blank it out, or you could set it up in the configuration. And we come down to figure out your payback period, your rate of return. This is your electric bill before, $240 a month. If you have financing, so your system after the solar will be 111. If you have financing information, you could have the right side, which is basically we figure out the financing cost. You can see it's a little bit higher. It's because there's a financing fee. Again, you could set this default, or you could pick different defaults for companies. And we break down and come up with, so once you get solar, your electric bill went from $240 to $111. But you have to pay the loan, which at 5.5% interest for 20 years is $91. So we're going to be able to save this customer $37 a month just for switching to solar. And if they do financing, it's included. So there's no upfront cost. We're showing a 12% return on your investment. And over the next 25 years, they'll make $46,000. That is this number minus the initial cost, adjusted for the inflation of the electrical over time. Okay, so when I do this, I can pick what sheet I want included. If you have email set up, you can click this button, and I'll give you an option to basically email the proposal to a customer or to a sales rep. You have different options. The first two is really what you're going to see. We have the full proposal, which will generate a PDF showing, possibly pulling in the design from Helioscope or any other design tool into the proposal, as well as a calculation of how much your electric bill is going to change over time and how much money you're going to save. So we have PDFs, and we'll put those out there for people to be able to look at. If for whatever reason you don't want sheets, you can just uncheck those. Now, the options at the top, save just saves the data. Next actually saves the data and then generates the report, so you can use it. Now, I did mention that I would show you where you can configure the default values. If you go to integration and you click on solar proposal, in here we can put things like, we're expecting a 3.5% annual electric bill increase every year. So we could factor that in. If, for example, you're in Florida and you don't have state sales tax on solar, you could just blank this out. As the federal rebate changes over time, you can adjust this as well. Here you put the solar radiance, the default cost per kilowatt hour, the panel efficiency, loan term, average loan rate. So you have a bunch of options in here that you can use to kind of configure that proposal. Let's actually run one real quick. So give me a second. So we're going to run our proposal, see what it looks like. Actions, SVA. Okay. So if we just run the SVA, this is a one-page proposal. When I run that, it kind of looks like the information that we had up on the screen. The financing section is not shown, and it's because I did not check that financing box. So you'd be able to give this to a customer. It would have your logo at the top. It would have their address information here as well. Now, if you don't want a one page, but you want a more in-depth one, we have a full proposal. And when you run this, so up top it would have the address information, it has your logo. Here we would have the SVA. We have information about how much your system is going to offset the carbon footprint. And also we show your electric bill over time. That basically, this is showing a 3.6% annual increase, and over, your system cost is $21,000, but you're going to save almost $85,000 in the next 25 years because of the savings on your electric. Your payback period is 8.6 years. And we also have a page in here talking about how putting solar on your roof actually increases your property value. So the idea is the proposal does all the hard calculations, kind of puts the system together and makes it easy to sell